Hello, welcome back. I don't know why you're here, and God knows I have no idea why I'm here, beyond the fact that a long time ago, two people had a very irresponsible night, and I am paying for it for the rest of my life, as we all know, and as we all experience. So I know it's been a little bit of a minute, but real life is kind of chaos, so as we all know. So we're here today with some soul builds for Mouba and Yamausagi. Now, think I've done one with Mouba before, but I recently decided to test a new build for her, so that will be this one over here, who's the new build, and maybe a little bit of a revamp on these other two. So this should be kind of fun. Now, of course, in the center we have my Jizo build, grade 6 Zashiki Earth. She's glorious. Feel free to just look at the rest of the list for her. She's appears in almost everything. She's perfect. I love it. But anyway, moving on with Mouba. Now, the first one here is going to be Music Mouba. She's evolved, she's grade 5, and she is fully skilled up. And for shits and giggles, I figured I could add some extra, since she can already do silence as a thing, and her thing is affected by her effect hit and all, which is freaking glorious. I also may have gone the route of including the possibility of her dazing somebody, because why just silence them? Why don't just knock them stupid? You know, just for funsies. So, of course, this one is built with a little bit of oop. She's basically built for her effect hit and to try to get both these effects out. Daze and silence. Don't just prevent your opponents from using an attack. Hit him over the face with a bat. So, of course, she does have a little bit of an attack booster to help with, so she can actually hit something. Of course, this down here for this effect resistance, because as we have seen multiple times with Onikiri, and as I talk about, and I know I'm beating this horse a few times, unfortunately, certain Shiki are extremely vulnerable to things like confuse. Mostly Onikiri, because he will wipe your entire team if he gets confused. And it seems effect resistance doesn't even help him some days. Mouba can also be heavily affected by it. She gets confused fairly easy. Now, I think that just has to do with how the coding is done and all that. So it adds for a difficulty aspect. Now, maybe other people have not experienced that, but in my experience, she gets confused about as easily as Onikiri. Thankfully, she's not a party viper, but still. Having her have an effect resistance, a little bit of effect resistance, so she can keep silencing, and in this case, dazing your enemies, it works. Now, of course, here we have some Kyokotsuki. Now, I know this one here is a grade 5 soul. The thing is, it is I have, every time, I've actually tried multiple times to get a grade 6 Kyokotsu soul for her. It hasn't worked in my favor. Like, literally, almost all of them always are boosting HP or defense. I really just needed the speed soul. If anything, this will give an example that even if you don't have all grade 6 souls, a leveled up grade 5 soul will actually do the job. In this case, giving her plus 40 speed, which does what I need her to do. I need her to be hitting fast and hard. And there's my cat. And of course we have this one down here, which is a defense booster. We got fun. And of course we have the stats. Now, will these look better if this was a grade 6 soul? Yes. But we're not here for that. This actually will work very nicely for what I need her to do. Now, over here, of course, we have our other Mouba, Chef Mouba, who, as you can see, is a grade 4, and she's actually unevolved. She is not fully skilled up yet. She's relatively fresh. And as we've been doing lately, this is to show that even if someone doesn't have all their skills or all their abilities, this will give you an idea of what you can do with these if you have an unevolved, unfully skilled up Shiki too. Now in her case, I went the full Monty with her skills, giving her a mimic set for her effect resistance, because like I said, she's vulnerable to confuse. But allowing her to add some attention of daze, heal down, confuse, whatever to go along with her silence ability. Mostly for funsies. Now she's not as fast, but she should hit a little bit harder, or at least would in other circumstances. With her, crit, speed, and her effects are really things you need to work on, but at the same time, I also like my Shiki to be able to slap somebody. Of course, we have in Shoujo here for the effect hit booster. Mostly because I'm actually... some reason in Shoujo seems to work the best out of all of the effect hit boosters, which is very interesting. So again, I think it's just something in the codes, but I like the way this goes. Now, am I expecting her to probably get knocked out? Yes. We expect these things. You'll also notice there's some other fresh ones over here, but we'll come to them at another date. For now, we are going to go to the Yamausagis. And here are our precious bun-buns. We have here, and we have her. Now, I have done a video featuring these two before. At the very least, they're soul bills. So we have an idea of this, so we'll touch on it kind of quick. The first one is, of course, this one, wearing her Secret Zone skin. And she's, of course, grade 5. She is fully skilled up. And of course, since she does have her effect with her morphing ability, she does have, I did give her some effect hit here with the Azure Basin Soul and a little bit of extra, if only because morphing, very useful. Now there are people who'd say this is a bad, like you shouldn't put things like a Holy Flame on here, but I wanted this one boosted more towards defense, her HP a little bit, because I want her to be using her speed, her morphing. I really just want her to be able to do her job, and her job doesn't necessarily involve punching things in the face. Rabbit kicking, sure, that's totally a thing. But this one has a little more heavy on the defense to keep her on the field so she can keep your other Shiki moving faster and occasionally morph something into other things. Now, then of course we have over here our other little bun, who she's here, also grade 5, fully skilled, evolved. She's here to bring some orbs to the party. So we technically don't need Zashiki, but she's still here. Because I love her. Hi, as you can see, she has the crit damage booster here, because she is going to hit something. I at least want her to do some damage. And of course she has speed, so she is getting like first turn, so she's speeding up everybody else. Boosting Yamausagi's speed is a good idea, because again, she's going to be using her abilities to get your Shiki moving. Pay attention here. As said, now Kyokotsu's here to give her an attack booster because I kinda did want her to be able to slap somebody. And I also had this lovely HP boosting Kyokotsu that I didn't know where to use anywhere else, and I honestly thought would work beautifully on her to boost her HP and her to keep her on the field. These two, they're not attackers. They're meant to be on the field providing support in whatever way they can. So, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Feel free to head out with it if you want. If you want to stick around, we're going to go through the usual Hahakagami zone and the Kappa zone and watch what the little girls can do. So this should be kind of fun. Alright, so if you're sticking around, we're just going to have Seimei in the background looking pretty. I'm going to have to actually adjust him because he was actually being useful in a boss battles earlier. So let's do this. There we go. There's the bunny dance. And the drop. See, there we go. We got some dazing, we got some silencing. So even if you don't hit one, you hit the other. I actually love Mouba's voice actor's laugh right there. That is so freaking cute. They really did pick good voice actors for all these. They're amazing. Pow. The girls showing their teamwork. There we go. Mimic doing its job. I love how literally the only one who seems to be taking damage as it stands is Zashiki because of her build creating orbs for everybody. But everybody else is mostly, for the most part, like, eh. I love that. Okay, that was great. Alright, so I'm gonna pause, and when we come back, we'll be at the Kappa zone. So this is actually just a barrel of fun right now. And we are back in the Kappa zone with 2 Mouba, 2 Yamausagi, Seme looking pretty, my Zashiki Earth just bringing the orbs, and we're ready to just hit some Kappa. Ready? Let's go. Funny dance. Music Mouba by herself at grade 5 came close to actually knocking out half of their hit points in the round 1. Pow! Bitey put on some weight to do that arm. And of course, silence, daze, and everything. Mouba is great. We love her so much. I know people ain't wrong when they say she's kind of a budget version of Enma, but her silence will hit like crazy. Pow. 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 Oh god, that was great. Well, on that note, I hope you got some ideas. I hope you were at least entertained. So I'm going to knock off here, and if you would do the holy trifecta of YouTube down below, the like, comment, subscribe, it really helps the channel. And you know, but hey, don't feel pressured. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'll catch you next time though. Alright? See ya.